Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Touchline Facts. First and foremost, smash the like button up, hit the sub button up, all that good stuff. I'm joined by Roms. What you saying, bro?
Come on, big up, I'm good, bro. Big up, that touchline said smash the that from the off.
Did you just wake up or something?
Bro, do you know what it is? Obviously, I'm not Muslim, but I fast, yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
you're tired because of fasting.
there's a morning meal. Yeah, but there's a morning meal. So I got back from Liverpool at like 1 or 2 a.m. I can't remember. But there's a morning meal called Sahur. Like Muslim people tell you. And it's the last meal before sunrise that's supposed to energize you for the rest of the day, bro. I did not have it. And I hardly drank water yesterday. Bro, I'm a bit out of it. You could probably tell in my voice, but
yeah, I can see. I was like, you look like you're like you just woke up, bro.
No. I'm not just woke up, but bro, struggling. But there's not long left. There's about 3 hours till I can break it. But I see M16, big up, bro. I see Nems. I see Rob, always United.
Yeah, smash the likes up, people, man. Let's get these likes up, man.
What are you telling me, though?
I'm good, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't know about Chelsea fans, but no, to be honest with you, because they've had a terrible week, mate. Same with Newcastle, by the way. Tottenham got knocked out, but at least Tottenham won their second leg. You could say somewhat. They got a bit of positivity to talk about. Oh, my days. Boy, got a lot to talk about. We have got a lot to talk about. Liverpool smashed them. I ended my watch along after about the third goal winning. I went there straight away. I couldn't be asked anymore.
Do you know what it is, touchline? Remember we said on Tuesday. Wait, when was our last show? Tuesday this week.
Yeah, it was Monday.
Sorry. Remember I said to you, like, it's whoever gets the first goal. If Galatasray got that first goal, it could have been different. But I've been to a lot of games this season, right? And the atmosphere has been poor all season long. But I don't even think it's the Anfield thing. I think it's just the English football thing, apart from Emirates, because other than this season, most people I know that go to Arsenal games say the Emirates atmosphere is bad. City never really have an atmosphere, let's be honest. Spurs is just Spurs. United, I know you don't have good atmospheres, but it can be quite quiet. And I already told you sometimes I'm at the bridge and working in hospitality areas. That is a pin drop. You can hear a pin drop.
Stamford Bridge has always been. Their fans are terrible in general. Their fans are awful. They have one chant: Chelsea. That's their only chant.
So I think last night though was the best atmosphere of the season, and I think if we can recreate that, get rid of Slot, because as much as we enjoy last night for what it was, he still does need to go, because now we're going to get into predictions later and whatnot, but I wouldn't be surprised if we now put in a stink at the weekend. But I kept saying, touchdown, that this Galatasray team, we made them look better than they were in the past 2 games. It was us the reason why we lost against them twice, not because of them. We just weren't clinical. And the one time we are clinical and we turn it on, you saw what we did to them. That could have been 7 or 8, bro. There were still chances we missed. Salah hitting the bar. So Bozdai missing a few chances. Bro, that could have easily be 7 or 8. But that 11, if we can start that 11 more often, I said not going to bat. Final, I don't want to say it on stream, but final boss, just I'm at the bridge a lot. Trust me, your own fans admit it. You have no atmosphere there, bro. Like none.
No atmosphere, none. Terrible fans.
It's not even a thing I'm trying to get onto. These are the facts that content creators that go to games often will even say you can hear a pin drop. But last night, touchdown, bro, best atmosphere of the season. It's been poor all season there. We knew what we had to do. The first goal was crucial, and we even said it on Monday. If we get the first goal, I didn't think it would be emphatic, though. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I didn't think it would be 4-0, but I think I predicted 2 or 3-1 on Monday. But
that's true.
Yeah, the Galatasaray keeper actually did well. He actually
I know he made a lot of saves, so I watched it. 19 shots on target.
Yeah, Ekitike and Salah had 10 between
16. What?
Yeah.
Raw, that would have been an Acker's dream, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Slap an Acker on that, bro. You'd have made millions.
You would have made money, bro.
You would have made millions. You know what? I'm saying, speaking of Ackers, yeah, bro. The man said the Salah hater. Bro, I said that I put money on Real Madrid and PSG to win. They won. Crazy odds. But yeah, man. We're gonna talk about the Chelsea game at first, because what did you predict again for the Stamford Bridge game? Did you predict the Chelsea win?
2 or 3-1.
I said 3-1 PSG. I said they're going to bang them in the second leg 3-1.
Yeah, I said the opposite. I think I said 3-2 or 3-1. I knew PSG would go through.
No, I think you said 4-2 actually. 4-2 Chelsea. And that's what you said.
I might have actually. No, I wouldn't have predicted 4 goals. I think I did 3-2 Chelsea, because I just thought I knew PSG would go through, but I thought they'll show a bit of fight, bro. That was embarrassing. That was actually embarrassing. From when I saw Chalobah. From when I saw Chalobah at right back, I knew
my prediction was kind of true. But I just predicted Chelsea to get the first goal, and then PSG will equalise and Chelsea's head will drop. But instead, it was PSG. I knew as soon as PSG score one goal, Chelsea's head's dropping because they're like, we're out. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, they got some massive problems. Smash these likes up, by the way, people. They've got some massive problems at their football club, mate. They're going down a very dark path. I can't lie.
I don't think it gets any. I don't think it gets any easier.
I don't think it gets any better. I think it gets even worse. I've seen it in my own club. I've seen it in my own club. Yeah, the other clubs around them are all Man United. They are overtaking them. We're not overtaking them yet. We're probably same level at the minute. Liverpool are on their level at the minute, but Liverpool probably will end up being better than them. Arsenal are clear. City are clear. So, and Villa are pretty much on the same level as them as well. So it's like, for me, yeah, for me, I can only see it at the moment getting worse for Chelsea. And I don't even have to take them in the Champions League next season. I'll be honest. They got peppered, bro. They got peppered. And their next game's Everton away. You got Reece James injured. Cole Palmer again. Yeah. João Pedro, when he doesn't turn up, they've got no goals in their team. But we're supposed to believe they've got a good attack. Their defense is awful. They make mistakes after. You got Fofana, by the way, laughing on the bench after PSG scored, sitting there laughing with Lavia on the bench. I can't. That would absolutely anger me. You know, if someone's sitting there laughing. Do you remember when was it Hazard when Chelsea eliminated Real Madrid in the Champions League and Hazard sitting there laughing with Rudiger? Do you know how much abuse he would have got from Real Madrid fans?
Yeah,
he would have got abuse.
As well. Like another reason why them two are doing that, you need to remember they're both Lavia's Belgian, but you get Belgian.
Yeah, they can speak French, innit?
Exactly. Them two, a lot of their friends are in that team. Barcola, Dembele, Zaire Emery. A lot of the French players are close to them as it is. So that game, they're just not bothered. Chelsea are a joke at the moment, bro. I do still think they get one thing I won't flip flop on. I just think Villa will because I think Villa got is it Lille at home tonight and they're already 1-0 up. For me, I said it from the start of the season. I think Aston Villa, Emery is a Europa League demon, bro. I think Villa win the Europa League and they'll get Champions League football via winning Europa League. But I do still think they drop out. Chelsea aren't good, but I just think they'll have better results than Villa in the running, bro. These next 8 games, I think Chelsea will just pick up a few more points. But the thing is, it might be a bit hypocritical, bro.
I don't think they beat Everton, though.
I was just about to say that. This might be a bit hypocritical. But then I don't think Villa beat West Ham, which will still keep the...
but Villa are already above them. So it's Chelsea needs to win and Villa to drop points. That's what they need. But if every week Villa drop points, but Chelsea also drop points, Villa will finish above them.
But then this is what I will say. After this weekend, obviously we'll get into predictions later, but I do think Chelsea might go on. I'm not even going to call it a run. I just think they'll get more points than Villa.
Hold on, you predicted them to lose to us.
Yeah, they've got you lot in it.
Yeah, they got us and they got City and us next week.
I know why I said that though, because Villa have us, and I do think weirdly, I know we're not good, but I think weirdly we'll get a result at Villa Park. They've got to go City.
Yeah, but that's the back end of the season, though.
And do you know what? Arsenal would have won the league by then, so will City even care about that game?
No, but Chelsea have Villa. No, sorry, Chelsea have City, and after Everton, City and United. That's what they've got.
And they've got to come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've got to come on. Chelsea might not get Champions League football.
Do you know what, Toucher? You always make me rethink things because I've said for a while now, from at least Christmas, and this was when Villa were 9 points clear. I said Liverpool, United, and Chelsea will get top 5. Villa will be the ones to drop out, but I'm just deep in it. There's only 8 games left, bro. There's not even that much.
That's what I'm saying. And just on this comment, this is exactly why your club's finished. I keep hearing this. Oh, we're signing the next Neymar with Esteval. We're signing Kendry Paez. We're signing the next. Bruv, you need experience, quality, and you don't need it. I imagine a baby Hazard means he's an attacker. You don't need another attacker. You need defenders. You need core players. You need a goalkeeper. You need a spine of your team needs to be fixed. Not attackers, because you can have dead wingers and still do well. Do you know what I'm saying? You can have an Esteval on the right and a Neto on the left and still be able to score goals because you have other players around them that can score goals. Yeah. You don't have good defenders. You don't have a good goalkeeper. You don't have a good spine. You don't have mentality in that club from the top, by the way, because your club always waffles about processes and all that stuff. You are becoming everything you laughed at Arsenal for being at for years. That is exactly what Chelsea Football Club's being. Oh, but we're signing the baby Hazard, guys. Oh, and That, by the way, I've said it already. Even when they got him, I knew it would happen. But that Rafinha's a bum, mate. He is a bum coach. He is not good. He is not fit. Look, he is not fit to manage a club at this level.
Touchline. From when the managers had, I think he had a bad record at Hull, and he went Strasbourg, and he only went Strasbourg because of the clearing.
He got sacked by Hull, no?
Exactly. From when you've got a CV like that, I've always said, right, and cool, I hold my hands up, I'll be accountable. I got it wrong with Arteta because I said Chelsea and Arsenal shouldn't be having managers that are novices or haven't had a lot of jobs in the game. But difference with Arteta, right, as much as Arsenal was his first managerial job, he was still around one of the greatest managers we've seen in a setup. And
same with Maresca.
Exactly. Same with Maresca. And he was still working with world-class players and whatnot. Again, I know he wasn't in the hot seat per se, but he still was around. He still gained experience. Liam Racine has been at Strasbourg and Hull, bro, and then you're going to Chelsea, who are already in a rut. Like, it doesn't make sense at all. I genuinely think it doesn't get better for Chelsea. And this is why I have to keep bigging up Matisse and Lewis, yeah. Matisse and Lewis said it, yeah. I still would want Champions League football from a Chelsea fan. But if we get it, what does it really do? Because are the board going to sign players to elevate us to challenge for Champions League?
Bragging rights, isn't it?
Exactly.
Just, I got Champions League football, and even something saying just bragging rights. It's,
so
the case of, but again, I think that's the same about the Club World Cup. I think that Club World Cup pushed them back even further because they thought they were better than what they were, and ultimately, as I said, when they're shit, they're going to sit there and waffle on about how they're world champions for 4 years. That's what they're going to do. That's the next 4 years. They're going to be waffling about the fact they're world champions.
You made a very good point, right? Chelsea's problem ain't scoring goals. I think they average, even under Rossini, I think they average about 2 goals a game. Like, scoring goals ain't their problem. Like you said, it's defensively for them. It is literally their defense and their keeper. And do you know what, touchline? I know I said Villa would drop out, but Villa might just go in Europa League and finish 5th and rub it in Chelsea's faces even more. Because I'm actually looking at the running. You know when I was naming like Liverpool and City, that was, I wouldn't speak about Chelsea. I was naming what do you call it, Villas. But then I'm also providing context. Arsenal would have won the league. I think Arsenal are going to win the league with a few games to spare. City aren't going to have motivation for that last game of the season because Villa go to City, right? They've got us second to last game of the season. Depending if we've already mathematically qualified or whatnot, we might down tools in that game. But you're right. Chelsea have United, City, Liverpool, Everton left.
Sunderland away, Brighton away. It's peak for them lot, bro. It's peak for them lot.
They actually
Thursday night football again for Chelsea. Do you know what I'm saying? But don't worry, they'll probably win the Europa League.
You know another opinion though I flip-flopped on, and you know me, I'll own it. These lot can call me. And I originally said they would survive, and you kind of persuaded me they wouldn't.
You think Tottenham are going relegated?
We put a battery in Tottenham's pack now. The fact that they got a point at Anfield and they got a win against Atletico, but Atletico know they didn't have to win. I do think they now go and beat Forest because you even said it.
No, watch. Forest are beating them. Forest are going to beat them.
Score goals though. You even said it. Like
it don't matter. It don't matter. Forest are beating them. Van der Ven's suspended. No, is he back? Is he back? No, he's suspended.
No, he's suspended. But Romero's. I don't know how much that means, but they're getting players back now. I think Bergbaum's back yesterday.
Romero and Van der Ven are out.
What, for that game?
Yeah. Well, that's what it says here. But no, they're not suspended though. I don't know why they're out then. Don't know.
I think it was the concussion protocol, but it's been more than
Romero played last night, didn't he? I'm sure he did.
That's what I'm thinking. Romero's back. I think Van der Ven because he got.
Even if you see Van der Ven for that goal. For that Alvarez goal. Let's go. Remember, everyone needs to remember, I was the first person on YouTube to call Van der Ven a bum. He is a bum, mate. I will never be gaslit by him because of FIFA merchants and the FIFA gem where he can get the ball and he's got 90 pace on FIFA and all that stuff. That guy's a bum. You see, how do you let a striker spin around in a full circle and then still take a touch and get a shot off and score? He's a clown.
Do you know what, Touchdown? I wouldn't go as far to say he's a bum, but this is what I will say. When we were linked to him, I didn't want... Because I hate all this romantic stuff. Oh, you liked Liverpool when I was younger. Him and his dad supported Liverpool. So what, bro? If you want to get better, you can't do all the sentimental stuff. I actually now agree with you, Touchdown. I just think he's a very quick defender. He is very quick. But his actual positioning and his IQ and understanding of the game, I'm not going to say he's poor, but it's still much to be desired. He's got a lot of improvement to do. Then comes the cliche saying maybe if he comes to Liverpool, he can improve as a player. But there's other centre back. My number one target is Schlotterbeck, but I think he'll end up going Barcelona. I think Barca got a bit of money to spend, but Schlotterbeck is the dream, especially if we get in an Alonso or a manager that likes this possession-based football. We need a ball-playing centre-back, essentially. And Schlotterbeck's my number one, but I don't think we'll get him. And I think they'll ask for a bit too much. And I don't know if we're willing to break the bank. With Jackie coming in, we'll probably sign another centre-back and we might be done there. But I don't want Van der Ven, bro. The minute we were linked to him, I was like, decent defender. I won't go as far as say he's a bum. Decent defender, but I don't want Van der Ven. I don't want him at all. There's other defenders in that Spurs team that I would have ahead of Van der Ven, bro. You know what I mean?
Here. Anyway,
what are you saying about the Newcastle thing, though? That was embarrassing.
Pumped second half. You know what I'm saying? They spent all summer, right, sitting there going, whoa, why is Benjamin Sesko and Brian Mbeumo joining Man United? We got Champions League football and they just finished 15th and all that stuff. To go out there and get humanly sacrificed, it was a ritual. It was a sacrificial ritual. That's what it was in that pitch. Do you know what I'm saying? They sacrificed themselves live on television because, oh my gosh, they sat there flexing Man United fans Champions League football all summer and this season. Who Man United playing on Wednesday? Oh, no one. To go and lose. That is, that's the biggest defeat ever, by the way, in Champions League history from an English team.
For English team. Do you know that Geordie Josh guy? He's so dumb. He must have said, they're TikTok generation, bro. They all. Bro, he literally said Chelsea just lost 8-2 the other day when it specifically says in a knockout game.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw his head was gone. I was like, you do know it's one game, mate. Chelsea didn't actually lose 8-2. They didn't actually lose 8-2.
And then another one of their fans were having an argument with your fans today online. They were saying, I don't know why United fans are piping up. They've literally not won a Champions League knockout game in 10 years when you were literally in the Champions League 2-3 years ago against Atletico Madrid. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. But do you know what?
Beat PSG in the last 10 years, which is better than anything Newcastle have ever done in the Champions League.
Do you know what though? I think if they don't get a result in a Tyneside or Tyneware, one of them in that derby, I think there's already pressure on Eddie Howe because they're not tied FA Cup. We knew Barca were knocking out. I didn't think Barca would batter them, but we knew Barca were going to knock them out. Premier League, what they're like? Where are they even in the Prem?
Like 10th or something. They might. I think they're like 6 points off.
Their season's pretty much done, but don't lose to something. In fact, I think even a draw. Ask the Geordies, the draw will even feel like a loss. They have to win that game because
they're 1 point off 8th, which is Conference League, isn't it? So they're 1 point off Everton.
Yeah, but after being in Champions League, again, I know they're a smaller club than our clubs, but after being in Champions League, they probably don't even care about Conference League, right? But if they lose or draw to Sunderland, I think you might start hearing Eddie Howe out chance inside the ground because let Sunderland do a double over them. Crazy in their first year back in the Premier League.
They ain't beat Sunderland in 9 league games or 10 league games, something like that. They've lost the last 7 or something in the league against Sunderland. They don't beat Sunderland in league games. They have a terrible record against Sunderland in league games. But yeah, man, they're embarrassing. They're honestly embarrassing. Clearly, English football, needs its king back in the Champions League because English teams are absolutely embarrassing. It's getting quite embarrassing to be honest with you. The fact that was it last week? And also what I heard from Newcastle fans, apparently they just say for the first half we were the better team. Like, I mean, what game were they watching? They're so stupid. They had 2 chances and they scored them both. And then they had a few more half chances. They had like 1 or 2 more half chances after that, right? They were nowhere near the better team. Barca were peppering.
They were the better team for 90 minutes, which was the game at their ground.
At their ground. Yeah, I agree.
But I heard that narrative as well. I heard that narrative as well. Their fans saying for 135 minutes we were better than Barcelona. Barcelona could have been even more. They could have been even more clear that first half. They just weren't as ruthless. I don't remember many out and out chance. I only watched the first half of that Barca game, by the way, yesterday, so I can't really comment on the second half too much. But Barca were a bit wasteful. I don't really, if anything, most chances PSG, most chances Newcastle had that first half. I think they put away. Obviously, Elanga put his chance away. I don't remember them missing any big chance in the first half. Correct me if I'm wrong, but. Yeah, their season's pretty much done, bro. And I just think let them draw or lose to Sunderland. Eddie Howe, he's under pressure as it is. There are Newcastle fans that call him out right now, but playing Voltemada in the 8 and whatnot. But lose against them, look, I think that he might start getting booed and there might just be pressure because I hate to do the match going in online fans, yeah, but there's one thing losing online fans, but once you lose the match going fans, that's when the board start to take notice, because that's when protests happen. That's when people start going to games. They start hitting the owners where it hurts. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones. But in terms of Premier League teams in general, bro, other than us and Arsenal, it was embarrassing. And I know you keep saying the Champions League needs United back, but I think you need to add context. Champions League need United back with a better. I'm not saying a better manager than Carrot, but with a good manager. Because last time you were here, bro, didn't you not even get out of the group? That was mainly because of Onana.
That's because of Onana, bro. That's because of Onana.
That was mainly Onana. But do you know what? If I'm being honest, as a football fan, the Champions League does. I'm not even just going to say you. Look, I put a tweet out. I was like, it's so embarrassing that none of Italy's big three even made that none of them made the last 16. To have none of the big three, Juve, Inter, or AC Milan in the last 16 and not to have United.
Trash, bro. Only Inter's the only decent team in Italy.
It's true. But have you seen the table recently? Obviously, I know you bet like me. If Inter got Fiorentina away from home Sunday night, and Fiorentina are still kind of battling relegation, right? AC Milan, if they beat, I think they got, is it Torino?
Inter are 10 points clear, no?
No, they closed it because Inter drew against Atalanta and AC Milan won. If AC
Inter Milan are 8 points clear.
But what, as it stands?
Yeah, as it stands.
So if AC Milan win again, they close it to 5 points with what? 7 games left? I think they played less games.
No, it's with it'll be 8 games left.
See, even more 8 games left. I think do Inter still have to go Juve? My boy was explaining.
Inter's next few games are that they've already played Juventus twice. Fiorentina are away, Roma are home, and Como are away.
See, Como's fab.
Yeah, but AC Milan have still got to play Napoli away. They've still got Juventus at home, Atalanta. Like they've still got difficult games.
Inter got it wrapped up. Then I didn't know that were their fixtures. But long story short, stop saying the football fan in me. Juve, Inter, AC Milan, United need to be in the Champions League. You just have to. Of course, I don't want you doing better than my club, but you're right. Like, I would rather you in the Champions League than a Newcastle. Put it like that. Like, I'd rather you lot in the Champions League. Do I want you lot to win it? No, because people in the chat are about to lose their mind. I clearly said not better than my club. I don't want to do better than Liverpool, which will mean to win the Champions League. But you lot need to be in a competition, man. I feel like I would love Champions League campaigns to always have like a European giant. I know you'll get touchdown. You're going to get the people that say, "Oh, but it's not good for football. You need a surprise." But these surprise teams rarely do anything.
Oh no, it's so boring. I don't like surprises, mate.
Yeah,
I don't like it. Even the FA Cup, I don't like an underdog story in the FA Cup. You know it's not my club. It's not my fault. Your clubs are all shit and they can't win anything. So we have to. Oh, please! I see people crying. Like 30 something of the last, like 26 of the last 30 FA Cup wins have been Man United, Liverpool, Man City, or Arsenal and Chelsea. I think them 5, right? I just think, why are we supposed to care? Like, it's not our fault. Your clubs are shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Your club should have been better then. Yeah, I mean, what do you want us to do? Give you the trophy? You have to earn it yourself, mate. You have to beat us.
And touchdown. Do you know why I have even less sympathy for them when they start resting players to prioritize league?
That's what I'm saying.
That's on you. That's not for us
to. And this is true, by the way. He's the most bang overrated midfielder in world football. Sandro Tonali. I don't know what he's actually good at.
Overrate him.
He's bang overrated. Bruno Guimaraes is always been the better player.
Quality.
No, he's not. He's not. His passing range is meh. Defensively, he's all right. He's not good at carrying the ball. He's not good at dribbling.
He's dribbling.
He's not that good at shooting. He's not that good at shooting.
No, he is. That's where I disagree.
He's not that good at shooting.
If you look at his catalogue of goals for Newcastle, right? Even if you want to go back to AC Milan, he's quite a good finisher. I'm telling you, he's quite a good box crasher. He's quite a good finisher.
He's not a bad player. He's just bang overrated.
So you don't want him, let's say...
No, I'd rather Bruno G. If Bruno G was 3 years younger, this wouldn't be a debate.
I agree with you. I think
Bruno G is just 3 years older than him, so that's why people wouldn't like it.
Especially for the profile you need, Bruno G would be better for you lot. But I think Tonali's quality, man. I think don't let Newcastle's form cloud you of the player he is. Like, I think
he's bang overrated, mate.
I think he ends up going to Arsenal,
mate. He'll do well at Arsenal, mate, because they've got a bunch of fucking giants in their team. He'd fit right in there. But with actual technical football, he ain't that technical. He can't dribble, say shooting. He's shooting. He has got decent shooting. It's not that good. He's not that. He doesn't score that many goals, that many screamers. And he's dribbling. He's not that press resistant. He's not that good at defensively either. Like he's just decent at a few things.
You put him in an Arsenal team, he's easily there again, you could argue that other than Rice,
He doesn't
none of them
start for
really
him though.
scored goals.
He doesn't start for him because he's not better. He can't do what Zubimendi does, and he's not better than Rice. He'd just be a bench player.
You're right, because he's not even an out and out 10. But then I think there's no smoke without fire. Like his agents offered him to Arsenal. Obviously,
Yeah, no, he might go there. He'd be a great option for them for squad option. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I'm saying he wouldn't start for him in their best 11.
You're right, actually. When he DP, I don't think he starts for them. But yeah, and you know another thing of underdog stories. I said to you, Sporting would win, but Bodo would go through. They got absolutely. I think, in fact, you said Sport. I think you actually said Sporting would go through. I knew they would win.
I didn't. I said Bodo would go through. No, I'm sure I said Bodo.
Yeah,
I thought Bodo. I don't even know. I just didn't even. I didn't even pay attention. I just thought.
I think
Sporting
we both.
Bodo, who cares?
I think we both said 90 minutes. Sporting would win. I thought Sporting would win. Maybe I have to go back to stream. I think I said 3-1, but Bodo scored last minute just to go through. They got slapped. They got absolutely slapped, bro. But
5-0 is crazy.
Even Atalanta, I thought Atalanta would at least get a few more goals. Bayern smoked them as well. But I already said though, Bayern are my favourites. I think, yeah, you can say what you want about them defensively. I think the longer this competition goes on, yeah, I think it will be a PSG Bayern semi-final, and I actually think Bayern will, because I would love to say us, but under this manager, and I know people saying our Slot's been studying PSG for a year. He hasn't he hasn't shut up about them for a year, but you have to add context. That was a Liverpool team, because remember, people seem to forget, as much as they battered us at their ground at Anfield. I even see a compilation earlier. We had more chances than whatnot, but ultimately they're the better keeper than us. They knocked us out on penalties, but we also had a Trent in that team. And when I looked at the second leg at Anfield, Trent was creating most of our chances. You also had a Luis Diaz that was taking it to them. We're not the same Liverpool as last year. As to why I think PSG will knock us out. But that Bayern Munich team, I think they're going to be the first. This PSG team haven't really been embarrassed yet. Like, haven't had a Champions League embarrassment with Enrique in charge. I think Bayern are the first team to do it. I think Bayern will take them to the cleaners. I genuinely think Bayern.
So you think PSG beat you?
Yeah, because this ain't the same Liverpool as last year. I know a lot of people.
Second leg's at Anfield, though, isn't it? What about the Heritage?
You cheeky little. Cool. I think they do enough.
Ben Jacobs has just said that Man United want Bruno Guimaraes.
You might do a little raid. Lewis Hall.
I want Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes is a player. I much prefer him to tonight. I think he's way better.
You want Hall
if
as
he
well,
was 26 years old, I think United would have gone all out for him. It depends how much it's going to cost, because if he costs anything above 70 million, I wouldn't pay it. I think 60, 70 million max because of his age. If he was 26, you get those extra 2 or 3 years out of him, then it'd be fine. But because he's 28.
M16, right? I'll go as far to say this. I agree with you. I think we beat PSG at Anfield, but they'll beat us at their place by a greater margin. That's why I think they go through. Like, if I had to give you an aggregate score now, it'll probably be something like 4-3 or 5-3 to PSG. I think we beat them at Anfield, but they'll do enough. I'm sorry, M16. I just don't have enough faith in this manager. Last year, we were a better team. This manager's obsessed.
Oh my gosh, it might send him into meltdown. We want Tonali as well.
Do you think you'll get Tonali, Bruno G, and Lewis Hall?
You know what? You see if we did that, yeah. You see if we got them both. I swear down, that might be Newcastle City 13th reason. That might be their 13th reason. That's crazy. That's crazy. You want Tonali and Bruno G?
D-Man and Spect will have to block you. They won't be able to jump on the same stream as you.
Oh, I'm gonna send him a voice though after this. Actually, I'm gonna do that.
Do you know what's crazy though? They're actually gonna get raided because they're not getting Champions League football, Europa League conference possibility. But Gordon wants champ. You need to understand. Do you know where Newcastle are a bit fucked touchline there? The fact their players have had a taste of Champions League, not for one season. Majority of that squad have played Champions League for 2 seasons. Wait. They won Champions League last season, weren't they, or the season before?
What? So they go?
Newcastle were in Champions League. Was it last season or the season before? Have they done back-to-back seasons?
No, it was 2 out of 3.
So it was 23, 24. Yeah, 23, 24.
Yeah.
And then they had a gap, and they had. Bro, I think because they've all had a taste of it. Gordon will want to leave. I don't know who will sign him though, but Gordon will want to leave. Tonali and Bruno G have been flirting with leaving anyway.
Lewis Hall might stay. He might. He's a Newcastle fan apparently. His family are all Newcastle fans, anyways. He might stay one more year if they don't get champs, and he'll leave because he has to leave for me. Because it's not as if he can do a Shearer because Shearer won't never the best striker in the world. This guy's the second best left back on the planet. He can go play for every team in the world other than PSG. So I don't know why he would actually stay at Barca. Newcastle. Maybe he might go to a Barca or Real Madrid.
We can't gloss over that. You said Lewis Hall's the second best left back.
Yeah, he's the second best left back in the world. Who's better than him? No one's better than him. You can't tell me Davies.
I know you don't.
Cucurella is better than Lewis Hall. Behave, man.
Oh, he is.
Behave, man. No chance is Cucurella better than Lewis Hall. Absolutely no chance.
I rate Lewis Hall highly, but you can't just say.
What's Cucurella better than Lewis Hall at? Because dribbling Lewis Hall, crossing Lewis Hall, shooting Lewis Hall, defending Lewis Hall. Being fouled, bear in mind, how many times Lewis Hall gets fouled 3 or 4 times. I know that because I put on my marker. Lewis Hall to be fouled twice a game. He gets it every time. That guy's a foul machine as a left back.
Because he's a good ball carrier. He's probably a better ball carrier than skills. I'm like you. I don't hate Cucurella. Cucurella, I don't think he's amazing, but come on, he's better than Lewis Hall. I'm not to say Lewis Hall doesn't have a higher ceiling, but right now you can't say Lewis Hall's better than Cucurella. Do you know what I think sways your man touchline? Because Cucurella's been injured recently and we've not seen him.
Cucurella is just a bum. He's just a foul merchant.
You've never rated him, to be fair.
No, I don't rate him. He's a bum. He's a foul merchant. Just kicks everyone. Run around, kick everyone.
Do you rate
Cucurella? No, fuck him, mate. He's a bum.
You rate Alphonso Davies?
Yeah, Davies is good, but he's been injured all season. He's done his ACL, hasn't he?
Wait, so when you say Lewis Hall's second, cool. This is what I agree with you. Do you mean?
And I actually think I'd argue Lewis Hall's got more ability than Davies. Yeah.
Do you mean currently? Because I thought you
meant currently.
Currently, I agree with you. But
Nuno Mendes is the only one better than him, in my opinion. Nuno Mendes is clearly the best left back in the world. But other than that,
I think overall, Lewis Hall probably he's probably the 5th to 10th in world football. But he doesn't. I think when everyone's fit and firing, he doesn't make top 10 in my opinion. Top 5, sorry, in my opinion. Cucurella, Alphonso Davies.
So basically, what Ben Jacobs has said is Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes, they both want to leave, but Newcastle, the players know that only Newcastle are going to let one of them go. So they're both trying to get a move out. But I think it should be Bruno Guimaraes that leaves because he's older.
Do you know where they're pissed? Touchline, yeah? I agree with you. Bruno G needs to leave because he's older. Tonali is obviously a bit younger, but this is where Isaac didn't help them. They might just do it, Isaac. Just start going on strike, down in tools, and then you can't keep an unhappy player. Even if you're Liverpool, United, Chelsea, whatnot, if a player wants to leave, there's no point having an upset player. And no players, but I don't want to be disrespectful to Newcastle. I was about to say no players bigger than a club. That only really applies to our club. But
Definitely is.
Do you know, I didn't even realize the other day they've only got, I think, 1 league title, 2 league titles.
No, they've got 4. They've got 4, but they were won in like the black and white TV era.
Sunderland got more than them, innit?
Sunderland got more than them. Yeah, I think Newcastle probably have more
FA Cups though. They got
Newcastle got more relegations, mate, than league titles, I presume, because they've been relegated twice in my lifetime, and that's just in my lifetime, and I'm 20 years old.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Touchdown. I genuinely think they get raided. You know, I think.
But that might be good for them though, because they get raided, then they have more money, and then they can't moan about the money they spend. They'll have more money, and then they'll just get raided. They'll have money to buy players.
These are the 3 players I think leave touchdown. Yeah, Gordon, Tonali, and Bruno G. I think your laptop. No, I think Livermore will stay an extra year. I think he'll stay. But then apparently, I don't know how true this is, but big up Mancunian way, City fan, Daps was saying, apparently, you know, like when you lot did it with Cristiano Ronaldo, Chelsea did it with Hazard, they said to Livramento last summer, apparently, because remember City wanted him for 80 million and then City said we're not paying that much, yeah? Apparently they said, give us 1 more season. So you're right. I think that, I don't know if there's a clause in this contract, but there's gentleman's agreement. But gentleman's agreement never really gets honored. But apparently they said Livramento can leave summer 2026. So, but then I think if a Gordon or Bruno G or Tonali leave before him, you know what football clubs are like. They can promise you one thing and might go back on their word. So I don't know, man. What Voltemada, big up M16, you meant Voltemada. Voltemada will stay. I think Joe Linton will stay because they can't sell everyone. Joe Linton will stay. Voltemada will stay. Malik Tau will stay. obviously your Langas, which I don't rate, but Harvey Barnes. So they'll still keep a lot of players, but cool. This is what I'll say, yeah. 2 out of these 4, Bruno G, Gordon, Livramento, and Tonali will leave. I don't think they'll sell all 4 of them in a window. That's stupid, but they're gonna have 2 of their starting 11 leave this summer. And it is looking like Tonali. And you know why it'll be with football, there's no loyalty, but you know what Georgies will say? After everything we did for you, after we stood by you.
Yeah, but the players don't care about that, man.
Exactly. Players don't think like that.
You got to be a big club. You got to be a Man United level club to keep Paul Pogba when you're not winning trophies, to keep players like that. When you're not winning trophies, you've got to be a big club. When you're a Newcastle, you can't tell Bruno Guimaraes in his prime of his career that you're going to be playing Conference League or no European football. You can't be telling Tonali the same thing. You can't be telling... I don't really rate Anthony Gordon. I still think Anthony Gordon will stay. I reckon they'll sell Bruno G, Livramento, and Tonali. I think them 3 would. I think the attackers will stay.
For me, though, Anthony Gordon's been linked with too many clubs. I think this is the summer he leaves. He's been linked with us heavily. I think the Arsenal ones were more.
He's a Liverpool fan, though, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's always flirting with Curtis Jones, saying he was close to coming to us. Once the season Diaz was going to leave, but Diaz ended up staying. He was actually that close. Like, I know it from people inside the club. The fee had literally been agreed and whatnot, but then Newcastle didn't want to lose too many players, so which is fair enough. But I don't know.
Just out of interest, obviously, I know we've got to keep track of time. Have you seen this Neymar stuff?
I'll do it extra. My boy just told me I'll do it extra. I can do till 15:15 now. It doesn't have to be 4.
Sweet. Have you seen this Neymar stuff?
Bro, I'm not even into what's your take on this? Because I think it's a whole load of bullshit, bro.
I mean, I don't know why Neymar gets compared to Salah and Mane and stuff like that, because he's absolutely astronomically clear of them two. Them two are bums compared to Neymar. In fact, you couldn't put Mane and Salah in one, and it still woun't get to Neymar's level.
I agree, bro.
They're not on Neymar's level. I don't get that.
You know, when they said, oh, he no Premier League all-time Premier League player can match prime Neymar, bro. This is what I'm about to tell you.
Other than CR7, yeah, I'd agree. And maybe Drogba.
Drogba? Are you trolling?
Drogba in finals, bro. You know how much I love Drogba, bro.
No, but Neymar does his thing in finals.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Actually, you're right. Yeah, only CR7. Only CR7.
I would actually go as far to say when Barca won that treble, it wasn't Rakitic, it wasn't Messi, it wasn't Suarez. Neymar's probably there. Actually, Iniesta was cold. That Neymar was in their top 3 performers that game. For me, the top 3 performers were Neymar, Iniesta, Rakitic. I'm not even saying this because of his goal. Rakitic had an amazing game.
The Magic Man, Messi, wasn't in that top 3. Yeah, Messi balled out, you know, that game. He just didn't get a goal and an assist, but he balled out.
You know what? This is how good Messi is, bro. By his standards, that was a bad game. Do you know what I mean? And that's I
was watching Messi games back the other day. Bro, that guy is so good at football. It's a joke. He's so good at football.
He's a joke.
Bro, saying, like, he doesn't. Like, you know when people go that whole like goal and assist, the goal thing. I'm like, I'm seeing this guy. He doesn't even get a goal and assist, and he's creating all the goals. And it's like he gets held to a standard of like he has to be the best goals because he got 900 goals now in his career. He has to be the best goal scorer, and then he also has to do all the other stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? When he does all the other stuff as well. And he does the goals, but when he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's crazy. Like,
you know what? Touchline. CFC Mod, put out a tweet, and he's right. He said Messi is now the quickest player in history to get to 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, and 900 goals. On top of being the best. I can't believe people think anyone's better than that guy at football. It's not. Literally, bro. And then he's the best dribbler ever, the best playmaker ever. That guy's insane. He's actually insane, bro. But
he's won everything. He's won everything there is to win. He's won the most trophies in football. He's the most clutch player in football in terms of big game record, most goals in finals and all that stuff. Yeah, he's got bro. This guy's crazy. Yeah, like it's off topic, but like, bro, I can't believe it's actual real life human beings that think someone is better than Lionel Messi at football. Like genuine, objectively speaking. Yeah, because when you go with Ronaldo, you go goals. Okay, goal scoring. You could say Ronaldo's a better goal scorer than Messi, but overall as a player. There is no better football player.
But then even goal scoring touchdown, if you want to go by that goal to game ratio,
but Ronaldo done it in 3 different leagues.
True.
4 different leagues. True. It's harder to adapt. Different systems, different managers, and stuff like that. Messi had the same system pretty much 90% of his career because Barcelona hire manager, sack a new manager. They come in, it's the same system, it's the same football.
I hear that, but then do you know why? Do you know why I never really like this logic? Because when you look at some of the all-time, but in fact, the majority of all-time greats, your Ronaldinho's, your Zidane's, your R9s and whatnot, all these Maradona's, Pele's and whatnot, none of them came to England. And Messi, I think he even said it in an interview, right? And this is still while he was at Barca. It might have been 2014. The chat, you might be able to source it. I think it was actually before they won the treble the second time with MSN. The interviewers asked him, do you ever, because remember, apparently he was close to going City. I think that's bullshit. I think he was never close to going Manchester City, right?
Yeah, but I do think that's bullshit. I think that was a whole plan by his agent.
Exactly. I think his agent just wanted to put it out there, but he was never actually going to come to England. But they've asked him in 2014, Messi, do you think, like, before they get... All right, cool. United random. Look, Touchdown will tell you, I'm quite a humble fan. One of the first things I said at the start of this stream is, look, we can take it last night for what it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if we drop points to Brighton. I literally said that I'm not going to come in and glaze. I still have Slot as my manager. But anyway, let me not digress from this topic here. They've asked Messi in 2014, would you ever go to another league to prove it? He's like, well, you never know what the future will hold, but most of the top clubs in all these other leagues, they come to the Champions League and I play well against them, which is true. He's embarrassed. We didn't play Messi in his prime.
He's embarrassed everyone, bro. He's embarrassed everyone.
He's embarrassed everyone.
He's embarrassed. Bro, there's no one ever better than Neymar Messi at football. Never. There'd never be a better player than Messi at football.
This is what I'm trying to say. And do you know what is as well, yeah? Back to the Neymar thing. They said no Premier League player ever could touch prime Neymar. And I agree with you. Other than CR7 in his prime, Henry weren't better than prime Neymar.
Yeah, but they said Salah on that fucking Jill Scott said Salah on the overlay. Yeah, listen.
It weren't Salah.
Football's not the sport for you. If you think Salah's better than Neymar,
Gary Neville mentioned Salah. Jill Scott.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was. Who was Jill? Who did Jill Scott?
I swear Jill said someone more embarrassing.
Was it? I swear Jill Scott said Salah. I swear it was Jill Scott that said Salah. Either way, if it's Jill Scott or Gary Neville, football's not the sport for you. If you think that
Jill Scott said someone more embarrassing.
Hold on, I'm gonna get this up.
Oh, this is gonna bug me. Jill Scott actually said someone more embarrassing. I forgot now, but I just think he's one of them. I think he's one of the most disrespected players ever, bro. He probably might be the most because
no, she said Mane's better than him. She said Sadio Mane's better than him. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Jill Scott did say Mane. Yeah, you're right. And it was Neville who said Mo Salah. Both of them should be banned from football. Both of them should be banned from football, mate. Real talk. I don't know where you get that. What basis do you have that Mo Salah's better than Neymar off?
Because you know what, yeah? Do you know what, yeah? With the Salah argument, a lot of the times that when Salah's been compared to other players, normally he outdoes them on GA. He can't even
doesn't outdo Neymar on GA, bro.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But with Neymar, I remember watching the kickoff, yeah? This is when I subscribed from the kickoff. There was any ever seen the video, yeah? It was Neymar, Hazard, Bale, Salah. And True Geordie's on there. And he's going.
I know the video.
Making up all these lies. And then he's sitting there saying that Neymar's only scored 20 goals in the season twice in the league, right? Then you look at the fact that he's been injured and he's actually scoring 13 goals in 15 games and stuff like that.
I'm joking. Big up City fans since 2012.
City fans since 2012, mate.
Since 2012.
That, to be fair, I'm actually quite surprised, mate. Most of them have been fans since 2020, pal. So 2012, fair play to you, mate.
That is shameless, bro. I know you know what you're
He's going to be trolling. He's going to be trolling. Let's not say screw the trolls in the chat. But what you said?
No. I know he's trolling, but I'm just giving it a bit back. I know. I'm just giving it a bit back.
He's saying all this stuff about goals and stuff like that, and then I'm thinking, you do know Neymar's top goal scorer for Brazil, top assister for Brazil. Then he goes, yeah, but he's never won a trophy for Brazil, which is actually not true, by the way. He has won a trophy for Brazil. That's actually not true. He won the Confederations Cup against the best Spain team ever all time. And Spain went on a downhill spiral after he beat them. And that Spanish team was slapping everyone up.
This is how you know ball.
He was like 20 years old and he balled out.
And do you know what? They keep saying, the only major Brazil's won in recent time was the 2019.
When he went there, that one does shit on his legacy. I'm not gonna lie, that one does. That does piss on his legacy.
Ask Brazilian. In fact, Melo Diaz is in the chat. He'll even agree. If Neymar was in that Brazil team, they probably win it even easier, bro. Because that was a good Brazil team even without him. I remember Alisson and Edison. Because it's very rare, yeah. But if I remember rightly, Alisson and Edison. You know, normally for a tournament, you have your number one keeper.
Yeah, they were changing. You're saying.
I think they were changing them that campaign. But 2019, that Copa America was good by Brazil, but. Who's the next guy? Big up M16. But yeah, bro. I knew you were joking. Bro. Big up every time. But yeah, Neymar, I don't like that narrative. Because they don't see Confederations Cup and the Olympics as major. Even that penalty in his
Cool, but what's Salah won for his country? Nothing. There you go. So that's what the whole point was. I didn't understand it because it's like with Neymar, he's got and don't tell me the whole Brazil are the most successful nation. They're not actually. Argentina's won more trophies than Brazil, but Brazil have just won more World Cups in the 70s, right? Argentina are a more successful football club or football team than Brazil. But Egypt won the most AFCONs. So what are we going to keep the same logic for Neymar? Are we going to keep the same logic for Neymar as Salah? Neymar is held to a different thing because people don't like him. Yeah, the only thing that
it's not we, it's English media. Oh, is that what you mean by we? Because English media have hated.
But it's the same English media that gas up losers like Harry Kane who have done nothing in their career, and they want to sit there and waffle about Farmers League. Well, what's Harry Kane done it then? Oh, he's done it in the Farmers League because in the Premier League he won fuck all and he won 0 trophies.
Touchline, you've got a good memory, yeah. When Neymar signed for Barca. The first English team he played was Man City in the group stage. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think 13, 14. Was it group stage or last 16? But do you know when when the English media started to hate him, yeah? Do you remember when Barca went through that period where they kept playing Arsenal, especially Arsenal and Man City? Obviously, they weren't playing Arsenal.
His first ever goal was against Espanyol, I think, for Barca.
No, but I mean against English teams, right? When he signed because he signed summer of 2013 for Barca, yeah? In that period from about 2013 to 2018, Barcelona kept it was mainly Arsenal and Man City they were playing. I don't think they played you lot. They could not have played us because we weren't there.
Yeah, we haven't played them since 20. Oh no, we did play them. We didn't play on Neymar. We didn't play Neymar. We definitely didn't play Neymar on it. Because we weren't even in the Champions League.
Chelsea as well. But do you know what happened? Because he was playing an English club pretty much every year. He played us in the group stage actually for PSG. Played you lot for PSG. That 9-year span from about 2011 to 2019, or 2010 to 2019, where he was rolling on the ground and doing tricks and flicks and play acting and whatnot.
I like it.
The English meet, that's when the hate started. Because
and then they start saying, but he dives a lot. What does Harry Kane do then? Because I see Harry Kane bend his neck over, so some player jumps over his head and lands on their head.
And that's
like, what are we doing?
Exactly.
Because I'm saying he's trying to injure players.
Do you know what?
He dives, where he gets the shit kicked out of him. He's the most foul player ever behind Messi.
Go back and look how the English media reacted to him when he won the Copa Libertadores with Santos. Look how they loved him then. The minute he goes Barca and he played English team in the Champions League, that's when the narrative started to change. That's when the narrative started to change.
He shits on every. Well, not every. He definitely shits on a lot of these lot of favourites, bro. There's no.
Do you know what I don't like? You know what I don't like now, though. Touchline, yeah. People are now trying to discredit Rooney. Rooney's a flipping baller.
Yeah, but Neymar's better.
Of course he's better, but Neymar, that's a mad take from Rooney. But don't now, just because...
No, but they've took his... He said Neymar, I don't put Neymar and Messi, Ronaldo. He said, I don't see Neymar as a top player with Messi and Ronaldo. He didn't say... But they took out the... So I'm saying, I'm going to the shop for Roms. And then they say, I'm going to the shop. They don't say I'm going to the shop for Roms. I'm going to the shop. That's what they did. He said, Neymar, I don't see Neymar as a top player like Messi and Ronaldo. But they just took out the fact that he said, I don't see Neymar as a top player.
But then even in my opinion, that even in that period, look, I don't know much about NBA, bro. But I do know that Kyrie, there's a player called Kyrie Irving. He was going to be under, I think, was it LeBron Shadow? Was it LeBron Shadow? I think it was LeBron Shadow. Then he's left. I can't remember what team. My boy was telling me. I can't remember what team he left. NBA fans in the chat will know because he wants to create his own legacy. And then you got someone like KD who joined the super team and won all these championships, but he's not a scumbag, but like he joined them just to win. I respect when players want to create their own legacy. This is why when people say Neymar going to PSG was the worst thing of his career, it was probably the best thing for his career. Yes, he didn't win the Champions League there, but I've always said his first 2 years at PSG, 17, 18, 18, 19 is probably prime name. And then his last 2 years at Barca to be from 2015 to 19, in my opinion, that was Neymar's peak. Them 4 years were his peak, but he got injured the most. In it, what's annoying is in his peak, he got injured the most in them 4 years period. Because if you look at early Neymar, he hardly got injured for Santos in his first couple of years of Barca. He rarely got injured, bro. Rarely got injured.
Then he started drinking.
exactly, and going carnival, his sister's birthday and whatnot. But this is why I would say most Brazilians peak at that 26, 27, right? They're never good in their late 20s. Neymar still done it to his late 20s. And this is why I probably have more respect for him than the average Brazilian, because when you look at it, he's been a wonder kid since 18, 19, and he's still playing. He's actually had longevity in his career and sustained some. Did you remember the documentary he had when they're testing out after his surgery? They're trying to test out his knee and he's screaming. They're doing like knee exercise with him. Have you seen that clip?
No,
like,
I haven't seen that clip.
It's mad. I think someone else from your club had it. Was it Roy Keane that did his ACL feat? Was it Roy Keane that did his ACL?
Yeah, Keane did do his ACL. You're right. And Keane's doing the smashing the machine, innit? The leg machine.
And he's shouting because it hurts, but like he's getting through it. Neymar did the Neymar. There's this clip of Neymar doing the same thing, but difference is Neymar's crying for it. He's like, "This hurts so much." And
I've seen that clip actually. I've seen that clip.
You have seen it. That clip went.
The problem with PSG is the Farmers League thing, but he went there. He didn't win the Champions League. I don't think that's all his fault. Although they didn't win the final. And he was the main guy
in that final, though. He was.
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
But then, to be fair, this is why I'm going to keep the same energy. When you compare greats and that, it's you were good, but did you get your team over the line? So I understand that logic. In one breath, we can't big up other players for getting them team over the line. Like Neymar should have won the Champions League with PSG.
He shouldn't have gone to the Farmers League. I hear that. He shouldn't have. He should have gone somewhere else. But then again,
but where else?
Remember the point. That's what I'm saying. Where else would he have gone? No one else could have afforded him. Exactly. So I would have just stayed at Barca for another season. That's what I would have done if I was.
Yeah, but then remember, he had Ballon d'Or aspirations. You've got the best player that's ever lived right next to you. Like,
you ain't winning a Ballon d'Or when Messi's playing football. You ain't winning one.
You say that, but the Modrics,
Modric robbed Ronaldo for a Ballon d'Or and Messi. Messi should have won the Ballon d'Or that year because Messi was the best player in the world that year, but he didn't get it because politics and all that stuff, and because of the Champions League and the World Cup.
But that's my point. Let's say Argentina got to. Let's say Neymar had a similar campaign as Modric. Yeah. Let's say he won the Champions League that year with PSG and got Brazil to the World Cup final. He would have won. He didn't even have to win that final for Brazil. He would have won Ballon d'Or with this. Because remember, the people who do the Ballon d'Or now, they probably prefer Neymar to a Modric anyway. So if he had won Champions League that year and got his nation to a final, and correct me if I'm wrong, 2018 was in Brazil, was it 2014?
2018 was in Moscow.
That's it. The one before was in Brazil, but the romantic story in that, every you get story, everyone likes that fairy tale storyline, bro. So for me, just to conclude the Neymar stuff, I just think, that's true.
Ronaldo doesn't need to win another Champions League though. He won 5 by being the top goal scorer in all 5, and he scored 4 in 5 finals. He doesn't need to win another one. Whereas Neymar needed to win one more to prove he's a main man. But what I don't get is the Rooney never won a Champions League being the main man. Rooney never even won a league title being the main man other than 10-11. So what did Rooney do as a main guy? Rooney never did anything as a main guy. So you can't do the main guy hype. Oh, he was in Messi's shadow. Well, Rooney was in Van Persie's shadow. He was in Ronaldo's shadow. He was never the main guy at Man United when we were actually winning trophies, big honours. He wasn't. When he was the main guy, we weren't winning. So the same logic. The only Champions League final he ever won was the one he got subbed off in. The same logic applies to him. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't use that logic for Neymar. Bro, they would have probably won the World Cup 2014. They would never have. I know that Germany side absolutely tore him apart, but they had no Thiago Silva, no Neymar. Neymar, they broke his back, or he was like 4 centimeters away from being paralyzed in the Colombia game because the Colombian player jumped on his back or something. Yeah. And then he was out, and they said
if it was like
him and Messi were the 2 best players at that tournament. So at that point, through the quarterfinal point, they were the 2 best players at that tournament. They were unbelievable at that tournament. And then
2014,
yeah, 2014, until Neymar got eliminated. And then even then, the fact that Messi almost dragged that dead. Do you even know any Argentinian players? How many Argentinian players can you name for that starting 11? You can only name about 3.
Do you know why I can name a lot? Because I did trivia the other day. There was Lucas Biglia. He used
to play for Lazio, didn't he? DM used to play for Lazio. I know it because he's on FIFA.
FIFA, yes, same. Lucas Biglia. I think Lavezzi was in that team. Garay was in that team. Actually,
bro, these are some dead ballers you're naming, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Messi dragged this team to a final, you know? He dragged this. That's what I'm saying. Messi and Neymar are the same. they're held to such different standards to everyone else.
Yeah.
Like Messi's, to be fair, Messi's held to standards like this by idiots on Twitter. But if you actually like talk to people that know board, that no one even holds me. They just know Messi's the greatest ever. Do you know what I'm saying? But like,
bro, I always say to you, bro, like growing up,
you said Ronaldo.
I said because I'll be real, like maybe because he was in my league and he's just a bit more marketable and whatnot. But bro, after I saw 4 goals again, but do you know what? Right? Do you know what I'm different? My brother was a Messi guy. I was a Ronaldo guy, like especially in the late 2000s and that. But you know, I always deep down knew Messi was a better player. I was just like, you know, but Ronaldo's done it. My logic was always he's done it in more leagues and this, that, and the other. But after he scored them 4 goals against Arsenal, that was it for me. That was it for me.
Yeah, no, bro. Listen. This Neymar stuff. So like, I'm not even someone that's gonna put. I don't think Neymar's one of the best players ever. I don't think he is because I don't think he's had enough to be one of the best players ever. But the English media's agenda on
no, touchline. Neymar. I'm a big Neymar.
Neymar is not one of the best players ever.
Literally, Neymar he's my favorite. He's probably my favorite footballer of all time. Touchline, but he's never been one of the best. Like.
I understand that he's competing with Messi, but he's never been the best player in the world.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
understand that he's in a tough era because but like I think he's better than Ronaldinho. I do, but he won't be remembered as better than Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho will be remembered as a better player than Neymar because of what he done, the legacy. In fact, without Ronaldinho, there's no Neymar and all that stuff. Like all that stuff, I don't think. Like, yeah, I don't think he's on that. Yeah, I think he's got more ability than Ronaldinho. I think Ronaldinho's only things better than Neymar at is he's quicker, he's stronger, and he's probably got better ball striking. I'm saying Neymar's a better player. Neymar's more intelligent. Neymar's more silky. Like, bro, Neymar was.
This is where I agree. I think the most, if we're just speaking about raw skill, and Cristiano Ronaldo said this. I think Messi's even said this. A lot of the top players ever. I think Pele's even said this as well. The most skillful player to ever play football is Ronaldinho, though. Like, I don't think you ever see anyone with more skill because I think Cristiano Ronaldo said Ronaldinho taught him. Messi did when it comes to raw skill, but Messi was never really that's one thing I give to Messi.
Messi's efficient.
He could be the best ever without all of the fancy
stuff. No, he does skills. He just does body feints, lacretas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He don't really do. If Messi wanted to, I'm sure he could spam skills. He don't need to. He just skips past you. The ball stuck to his foot anyways. He plays football like he's playing, like he's got a string attached to the ball. Because every time he kicks the ball, it's so perfectly measured. He doesn't need to do skill moves.
Do you know that little bat and ball game when you get the bat and you hit the ball and it just keeps
that's how Messi plays football. That's how Messi plays football. That's how Messi plays football.
Back to like the most skillful ever. Messi said it. I think Neymar's even said it. Like Ronaldinho, like sometimes we'll train and whatnot, or like in off season and the stuff he's doing. I mean, the most skillful footballers to ever grace this game is Ronaldinho. Though some of the stuff, and again, me and you never really saw him in his prime. Touchline, but I think I know you're a big advocate of just because I wasn't alive doesn't mean I can't research him and whatnot. I've gone back and watched games and whatnot. That guy, what he could do with a ball at his feet, I don't think we'll ever see a more skillful player. But there was a chat from Wesley saying we need to address Rom saying City would win the league and Liverpool win the Champions League. That's factually incorrect. I had a more.
You said Chelsea. You said even worse.
In Champions League, and I said Liverpool to win the league. So I don't know where you've.
That's ruined your street credit. That's ruined your street credit. How can you sit there and say Chelsea are going to win the Champions? Bro, I'm confused. Everyone's surprised. I told everyone about Chelsea last season, and I had this debate all the time. I had this debate with Chelsea fans about Ineos and Clearlake. I said Clearlake are terrible. I knew this is going to end up. It's actually gone worse than I thought it did. I'll go and look at my old string of RSM. And I'll sit there and show you clips of me saying Maresca's going to get sacked next season. You watch. He's going to get sacked next season. What happened? He got sacked next season. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, I don't know how people actually saw this week with Chelsea, but that's off topic anyway.
The fact
you predicted them to win the Champions League is crazy.
I don't think Racina makes it to the end of the season. If they lose against Everton...
he won't. They won't. Surely not. That's too much of a bad look.
Yeah, but remember, they want champion. Cool. Even though some of the fans might not care because they don't believe in the board still want Champions League because they'll lose money, essentially. Like, they'll still want... Do you know what I mean? They'll still want Champions League football, but I was gonna say we covered everything because obviously I got 10 minutes. I want to get into the predictions, innit?
Oh yeah. Cheers for Arnie. I completely forgot. Yeah. Cool. We'll get to predictions. Right. We've got Bournemouth, Man United tomorrow.
By the way, Brado touchline because sometimes people always cry and say, "No, Arsenal don't get their flowers and that." Eze, very good goal from Eze. I knew
that goal was sick. Oh yeah, completely forgot about it. I can't.
And even Rice's finish. Big, you know what? They're a force to be reckoned with right now. Again, I still maintain. I know I originally said Chelsea, but obviously I revoked that in about November. Bayern are still my favourites to win it. I do think it will be a Bayern Munich Arsenal final, but they're looking scary. I actually think they beat City comfortably. I know City fans since 2012.
That Eze goal was cold. I can't lie. That Eze goal was ridiculous.
Cold, bro. Even a Rice one to put it right in the bottom bin on the run is a very good goal. But touchline. My prediction first was 1-0 to Arsenal to beat City. I thought it'd be a Gabriel header. I think they beat them comfortably. You know, I actually think Arsenal might beat them comfortably this weekend.
I guess we'll see, bro. I guess we'll see.
I don't. It's us. Bro.
I don't. I actually think Man City have bamboozled everyone's thinking Madrid are good. They're not.
They're not good.
You lot made them look good. Trust me. That I'm glad you did. Yeah, I'm so glad you're out. You won me money as well for the fact you lost in the last minute. Vinicius Jr. absolutely, bro. I saw him miss about 7 clear-cut chances that game. But however, Bayern are going to slap them up. Bayern haven't beat man. I don't think Bayern have beat Madrid since that 2012. Remember where Ronaldo missed a penalty, and it was the same week they lost to Dortmund slapped up. No, sorry, that was the next year. So when Dortmund slapped up,
12-13,
Dortmund slapped up Madrid, and Bayern slapped up Barca. But they never slap you, but they're gonna slap you this time. They're gonna beat you this time. I'm telling you, they're gonna beat you this time. They beat you since 2012, but they're gonna beat you this time. Anyways, the score predictions: Man United, Bournemouth, or Bournemouth, Man United at their ground tomorrow, Friday night kickoff.
Tight United win. I'll go 2-1. That's not going to be easy. I think you know it won't be easy. But then again,
I wouldn't be surprised if we draw, to be honest with you. Man said Bayern hype. You lot are going to be in for a shock.
Well, yeah. People that aren't rating Bayern, just sit back and relax.
This needs to be Harry Kane's year, by the way. I will never change the fact that guy's a bum.
Remember I said his touchline. Harry Kane will either score the winning goal against Arsenal in the fight. I think he breaks his duck, or he'll get the winning penalty or something, bro. I think he's gonna put a say on this final, bro. I think he will be one of the main reasons Bayern win it, and I think it will be on Arsenal's head top. Sometimes football has funny full circle moments. Remember, he was at the 2004 parade. Imagine 22 years later, he's the one to score against them in the final, and it's mad.
Yeah,
let's grow up. I said a tight fixture.
Just ignore him. I'm gonna go 2-1 as well, but I really wouldn't be surprised if it's 2-2. But I guess
we're just about to say.
I'll be honest. I think we're going to draw. I think we're going to draw.
Yeah.
I think we're going to draw. I don't think we're at that level yet to win these tight away games like that.
No, but I'll to be fair, West Ham recently, Newcastle recently. I hear that, but Bournemouth haven't been in good. Wait, I swear they've only got like 1 or 2 wins in their last 10 or something mad.
It's not like that. They're on terrible run of form. They had a little purple patch again, but they're on terrible run of form. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm going 2-1 United, but Ryan. I like that, and I know Melo's in the chat. That Ryan guy looks a problem.
Same with that Krupi or whatever his name is.
But he's kind of, I called him the French Greenwood. Krupi's kind of, and now, do you know what I've realized with football touchline? Yeah, it's different being an impact sub as opposed to being a regular starter. Because when Evan Nilsson first got injured and Semenyo was still at Bournemouth, when Krupi was coming off the bench, he was scoring low. I think he scored. I don't think he started that game against Arsenal. Scored a bang against Arsenal. Scored against Spurs. But when he started to start game, now he's a regular starter for them. I still rate him, by the way. I'm not saying Krupi's a bad player, but now you're starting to see when the pressure's on, starting week in, week out, he's not really. He needs to just improve. But saying that, I wouldn't be surprised if he now bags tomorrow. But I'm going 2-1. I'm going 2-1 United. It'll be a tight 2-1 win. I just think you're in a bit more form. West Ham away and Newcastle away is tougher than Bournemouth away, respectfully. So
what's it? Brighton, Liverpool.
It'll be typical Liverpool. I think they beat us 2-1. Not gonna lie. We've had such a good night against Galatasaray. Slot his boyfriend Gakpo will be back in the starting 11. He'll probably do something mad like put Szoboszlai right back and put someone else in the middle.
Brighton are on decent form, I think, as well. Pretty sure.
Exactly, and they got quite a good home record, bro. So actually, of recent, should I say? Because I know start of the season, I think it was stinky. Do you know what I'll say? I know it's very mad to play the same 11 3 days apart. Look, I think we lose 2-1, but if the 11... By the way, I didn't even shed too much light on that game, yeah? Someone said, speak about Sally's a bum. Last night's not the night too, because I think him, Ekitike and Verts playing close
together. I thought first half he was awful. No. Then when he got... Nah, he was terrible first half. I thought the second half... He missed a penalty as well, didn't he? Second half, was it? I think he got a goal or he got an assist. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure he got an assist or something for Ekitike's goal. Wasn't it? Ekitike's goal, yeah.
You know what, touchdown? Yeah, you know me.
Then he started balling out.
You know my takes on Salah, but I'll be objective. I think he was actually good the whole game. Like I've seen his little moves and whatnot. I think he was generally good. The whole game. Obviously, second half it will look better because he got that good goal and he got the assist. But I even think first half he was quite good. But Salah, Ekitike, and Wirtz, that needs to be the front three. It needs to be that 11 that played against Galatasaray. And you know why I would start it again? Touchdown. We've got a 2-week international break. It's not like we've got another game 3 days later. But he won't. I know. So this look. Remember now. You lot remember this stream. This will be the starting 11. Alisson in goal. Kirkes left back. Konate and Van Dijk centre backs. Szoboszlai will be midfield. I think it will be Wirtz. It'll be Wirtz, McAllister, and Gravenberch in the midfield 3. Gakpo, Ekitike, Salah. That will be the 11. And he's going to put Szoboszlai right back again, which I just don't think he should do. And Gakpo will come in. So the two changes will be... Wait, my mind's gone blank now. It will be... Frimpong will come out the team. Frimpong and Jones... My mind's gone blank. What's the 11 we started? Frimpong will come out the team and Frimpong, I can't even think. You get what I'm saying though. Frimpong and someone else will come out the team and Gakpo and Gakpo and Jones will come back into the team. Sorry, Gakpo and Wirtz will come back into the team.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't know. What's it? Yeah. So what did you say? You said what was your competition? 2-1 Brighton.
2-1 Brighton. M16.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Brighton as well.
Me and you both know Rio. Rio should start, but he won't. He genuinely won't.
What else? Who else is it? Chelsea, Everton, Chelsea.
You know what? I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Everton win.
I'm gonna go 0-0. This will be a dead game, boring game.
What? No goals?
No goals.
Everton have started to turn it up at their ground. I know they didn't score against you lot, but even at
I mean, to be fair, saying that, I'm sure Chelsea will gift them a goal because they're that bad, but their defense is so
Remember,
awful.
No James, no Chalobah now.
Yeah, I just think it'll be 0-0. Just think it'll be a boring ass game. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go 0-0.
See, M16, you realised, didn't you, bro? Like, this is why this man, if we're serious, M16, we sack him in it. We won't, but we sack him in the international break. You know what? I was always against.
That's a great idea. Yeah, get an interim for the PSG game. Yeah, go and do that, please.
You know what? I was against the Gerrard stuff, but to the end of the season, fuck it. Just run it, man. Right now, we need what you don't need under Oli. We need passion now. We need someone just to galvanize the place. But it won't happen. It won't happen. Slot will be here till the end of the season, I think, especially if we get top 5.
Tottenham, Nottingham Forest.
1-0 Spurs. I think it's going to be a disgusting game. Forest's conversion rate, I saw the other day, is horrendous. And they go to Midtjylland. Midtjylland's a Danish team, isn't it? Spurs would have had... Spurs would have more rest. Is it Danish?
Spurs have an extra day's rest, but I'm going 2-1 Nottingham Forest.
Fair. I think Spurs... I can't lie. The point at Anfield, I know Atletico Madrid didn't need to win the game, but to beat Atletico Madrid as well, they got Bergvall back. They got a few players coming back now. I just think this is the game that keeps them alive, bro. I think 1-0 Spurs. And
cup final, Arsenal City.
3-1 Arsenal. I'm gonna go.
So I'm so stuck in two minds of this game. I don't know if City are going to win or not. I just feel like maybe they're. I'll go 1-0 Arsenal. I'll go 1-0 Arsenal.
2 weeks ago, I would have said to you, 1-0 Arsenal. Rice or Saka corner. Gabriel bullet headed.
But by the way, you know Bernardo got a red card the other day. You know he doesn't get suspended till next season. You see how bullshit that is?
You're just paying them off at this point.
No, it's the rule though. It's the rule that apparently I think it should carry on for the league games because you're out of the European Cups, but it carries on for the European Cup next season. So in the next league phase, when he's in Europe, he'll be banned for. He'll be banned for the first 3 games because it's maybe 1 game.
Oh wait! I just think what you said. Wait, you thought Bernardo would get?
Yeah, so I'm saying the red card that he got the other day against Real Madrid, he's not banned from next season.
Yeah, but that would make sense, bro. Because
I'm saying it shouldn't be that though. It should be like because they're at the Europe, he should not play the next 3 games this season.
No, that's not how it works.
No, but that's how it should work, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, see, that's why I disagree with you. It's 2 different. One's Europe, one's domestic. You can't mix the 2.
Yeah, but bro, they're out of the competition, so like he's gonna commit a red card offence and not.
Yeah, but then rightfully so, because it's 2 different governing bodies, 2 different like sanctioning bodies, bro. That's going to carry on to the next European. So I think, let's say if they will finish in the top 4 company, but let's say they had to go in the playoffs or whatnot. That next European game he's banned for. I think no, that's correct. Wait, so you think? I just think what you said. You think he gets a red card in Europe and he misses the next 3?
That's what I think should happen. Yeah, I think you should.
No, man, that's not on.
Well, if you're out of the competition, you should, in my opinion. But anyways, I'm going 1-0 Arsenal. That's what I'm going to go with.
Like I said, 2 weeks ago I would have said 1-0, but I think there's no Gahey. He's cup tied.
Yeah,
and I think there's no. I can't remember who else in there, but someone's telling me someone else can't play for City. I think Arsenal are going to beat them comfortably. And again, I hope this don't happen, but
we're going to wrap up anyways, lads, because I know Roms has got to go. I'm going to go get a trim as well. So bless up, bro. Bless up, man. Let's show what you got coming up.
No, just keep subscribing to Football Verbal. Just more content on there. I've not been as active with this. I've sorted out other stuff, but just keep going over there. And if you want to see me trolling, Chelsea are now my net victims. Arsenal, I had fun with you the last 6 years, but you're about to do mad things this year. So I
see you posting my gaffer, and it's
come on, man. And then with Stanley, Stewart, Bowley, and God, listen, they're making up.
Clear Lake stay in 10 more years.
Don't kill me. Stamford Bridge is falling down. Liam
Top Bowley's a fucking clan. And then their only response will be Chelsea.
That chant is so bad, man.
Anyways, love people. Bless.
Big up.